In love and relationships, we all have needs. And because of the way that we are wired, God has created us as men, as women, and He has wired us in a way that we have our needs as men, and women have their own needs as women. And these needs cannot be solved or met by them. So, as a man, I have needs. These needs cannot be met by me, but I need my partner to meet those needs for me. In the same way, my wife has her own needs that are specific to her as a woman, and those needs cannot be met by her, but she needs me to meet those needs. And I would like to talk about two needs that are opposite. These two needs are opposite in the sense that a man needs sex. Sex is very critical to the sanity of every man. And I'm saying it with all level of seriousness. Sex is very important to a man. Sex is very important to a man. We'll talk about it. And then for a woman, she needs affection and romance. She needs affection and romance. She wants you to be affectionate towards her. She wants you to be nice towards her. She wants you to express romantic actions towards her, because when you do, it fills her emotional bank account. It makes her feel loved. It makes her feel wanted. It makes her feel special. It makes her heart warm towards you. Okay, so a woman needs consistent romance. A woman needs consistent affection. A woman needs consistent romance and consistent affection. And this can come through your words, how you communicate with her, how you treat her, your actions towards her in a loving and gentle manner will make her feel loved. Okay? Women are soft, women are gentle, and women need you to be gentle towards them. So when you tell her how much you love her, when you hug her every day, when you kiss her forehead, kiss her cheek, kiss her lips, when you send her a text message that says, "You are the most beautiful woman I know, you are the most special woman in the world to me, I'm so grateful that I have you in my life." When you do that consistently, it does something to her. A woman has an emotional bank account that needs to be filled. And when it is full, she will express or she will seek to meet your own need. A woman is emotional, and so you must always learn to massage that emotional part of her. You must always learn to love her from that dimension of who she is. She's an emotional person, so the sweet things that you say to her, the kind acts that you show to her, buy her flowers, write her a beautiful note, send her a text, develop a poem. Look for a poem online. If you don't have the skills to write poems, ask ChatGPT to get you something beautiful, and then you can work on it, to speak the language that she understands because you know her. What I'm trying to say is that women would feel loved when you meet this part of their needs. It's a need they can't meet by themselves. They need a man to show them that they are loved. They need a man to show them that they are valued, they are cherished, they are respected, and all of that. They need a man to do that. And if they are in a relationship with you, any woman who's in a relationship with you will expect you to meet that need. That emotional connection has to be there. That emotional intimacy has to be there. And it boils down to spending quality time with her. studying how to understand what her love languages are. Is it words of affirmation? Say things to her. She wants to be appreciated. She wants you to tell her how much you are grateful to have her in your life and how she's been working hard to take care of the kids and run the home and all of that. She wants to be appreciated. She wants to be celebrated. She wants to be honored. So take the time to do that. If it is gifts that is her love language, give her gifts. And these gifts doesn't necessarily mean that you should go and buy her a car or spend millions of naira to do that, or millions of dollars to do that. A simple thing, or a simple thing as getting her chocolate or getting her a few things. A woman that loves gifts doesn't look at how much you spend. She looks at the thoughtfulness behind that gift. You could have a little money but put together something and add a little drama around it, and she sees the thoughtfulness. You may not have money to take her out, but you can have a table, put it all together, cook something nice, have a little drink, just specially keep it and bring her, invite her for dinner. She's going to like it. She would love it. So it's about the thoughtfulness around what you do, that, or the gifts that you give, that makes her feel special. It could be act of service. Okay, she's tired, but then the dishes are still there. Wash them. Take out the trash. Bathe the kids. Give her a body massage. She's tired. Prepare a hot bath for her. Just show that you love her and you want to serve her, or you want to show service. One of the things I always say is that marriage, or a love relationship, is the union of two servants who are committed to serving each other. Okay, it's a union of two servants who are committed to serving each other. So it's important to ensure that you show her how much you love her. For some women, what makes them feel loved is quality time. They want to just spend time with you. That's why you would see some women, they would tell their husbands, "You don't love me." And the man will be like, "I've been working all my life, working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, just to be able to provide for you and to provide for the family, or make sure you have the best of life, and you're saying I don't love you?" And the man is shocked. But then, of course, the woman is saying, "You're not speaking my language. My language is English, but you're speaking French." And that's why it's important to understand your partner's love language. What is their love language? Is it quality time? Do they want you to spend time with them? Okay, so she would prefer that you don't do 2 jobs, you do 1 job, so you can have time to spend with her. That way she feels loved, that way you don't lose her. Okay, so these are very critical things, and the truth is, affection and romance are things that you can actually do every day, in the simple things that you do every day. In fact, those are the ones that are worth it. And as much as you do that, and as much as you meet that need, she would be willing and open to meet your sexual need as a man. And we're going to talk about the sexual need of a man. She'll be willing and open to meet the sexual need of a man, because at this point she's warm. At this point, all the emotions are bubbling. So it's easier for her to, meet your sexual need. The problem with a lot of men is that they don't understand that for a woman, sex is first a mind thing. You have to first caress her mind before you caress her body. Sex for a woman is first a mind thing. You have to first caress her mind before you caress her body. And so a lot of men are very impatient. They don't connect with you throughout the day. They don't say nice things to you. There is no connection at an emotional level. And then they come later to say they want to have sex with you. For a woman, even if she does it, it will be some kind of chore. She just does it, but she's not doing it from a place that she's giving herself, or giving 100% of herself. So it's important that as a man we understand this, or as men we understand this, that in as much as we want sex and we can actually get ready to have sex now, a woman has to be built. For a woman, it's like a generator. you have, it's like a volcano. It has to build, it has to keep brooding until it starts boiling, and it will boil out. Okay, so you have to start it quietly, gently, and then it starts and begins to generate electricity. Okay, so that's the thing about women. But for men, we want to have sex now, we just think it in split second and we're already charged. And so for women, I'm going to talk to you about this. Sex is important to a man. I'm closing my eyes and I'm saying it. Sex is important to a man. It's sometimes, or even most times, or 90% of the times, more important than food. You know how a woman would say, is it food? Yes, it is food. It is food, oh. It is food. Sex to a man is a need that needs to be met. That's the way God has wired him. If you look at the way a man's reproductive system is and how he's been wired to be that way. Sex for him is important. Very, very important. And because a woman's emotions needs her man to be affectionate towards her and show romance towards her, it looks like they are both, a man and a woman are at the opposite ends. So a woman needs her man to stir up her emotions, show love and affection towards her before she will be ready. She needs to be built up to be ready to have sex. But for a man, he wants to have it now. And so if the man does not help her get to that point where she would want to have sex with him, it will be an issue. So naturally, a woman, sex may not be the first 5 things on her list. In fact, if you give 10 things on her list, sex may not even be on that list. And in some cases, sex may just be number 8, number 9, or number 10. But for a man, sex is either number 1 or number 2. It's very important, to him. And so if you have a woman who does not feel a man's love through affection, through romance and all of that, what happens is that she will not prioritize sex. And because she will not prioritize sex, it will become a problem. Because I'm not interested in having sex, I'm tired. And sometimes it's not about being tired, it's just about not being in the mood. And a woman always, or women always say, most times they say, I'm not in the mood. I not being in the mood means that emotionally I'm not at that space where I want to have sex. And sex for me does not just happen. For some women, they love it, they want to have it. All you need to do is just touch them, and in a few seconds they are on, and then you can have sex with them. But for a majority of women, especially for married women who have children, who have a career, who are busy and are working around life and focus on a lot of things, sex may not be at the top of their mind or the top of their priority. And so they will tell you they are not in the mood. Not being in the mood means you've not done enough work to get them to that space where they would want to have sex with you at that point. So it's important also for the woman to understand that because this thing is a priority for this woman or for this man, there also should be times when you would create that atmosphere. What I mean is that try to initiate it, try to encourage him. Sometimes you could just tell him, tell me sweet things. At that point you are not at that space, but you also want to meet his needs. You want to put his needs above yours. And it requires sacrifice, and that's what love means. So what you need to do is to say, tell me sweet things, do nice things. Give him clues to understand that you can get something if you get me to this point. And trust me, any man you tell that, or any man you tell that if you get back home today or this evening you're going to get something, he would make sure that he creates that atmosphere and gets you to that point where you're willing to have sex with him. So It's important that men we understand the dynamics, because a lot of times it looks like we're on the opposite side. This woman doesn't want to have sex, I want to have sex, and then the woman is saying this man is not understanding how to connect with me emotionally, he's not showing affection, he's not showing romance, and he wants me to have sex with him. So it takes the two to work together for the both of you to get the things that you want to get. Sex is important to a man. I can't overemphasize it. So as women, I think it's important that we also think about our men, learn to prioritize their needs, because sex is important to him. There are men in their marriage relationship, when they don't have sex for a while, they become irritable. Okay, they begin to act up, they begin to act like children, they become irritable, they're easily angered and all of that. And the moment that they have sex with you, they become sweet again. So for a woman feels close to her man when the man shows emotions, or when the man shows affections and romance towards her. For a man feels close to a woman when he has sex with his wife or with his partner. Okay, so many men, when they have sex, they are nicer, they are smiling, they are more romantic and all of that. So if you can be consistent, both of you can be consistent with meeting each other's needs, you will continue to get that affection and he will continue to have that sex. And then it balances the both of you. It builds your intimacy at both levels, and then you can be happy because you are meeting each other's needs. And statistics have shown that some of the reasons why people divorce is that there are lots of unmet needs as far as the both of them are concerned. And some of those unmet needs boils down to sex, as well as the lack of romance and the lack of affection towards the woman. I hope that this helps you, and I wish you the best of luck as you build your relationship and as you build your marriage to a better place. Receive sense.